Ah, yeah.
Priceless.
Whoa.
It's what true love is.
There's a lot of things that you can buy in this world. One thing you can't buy is true love.
DJ Payne 1.
Money ain't everything. It could buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy true love. No, no, no. Money ain't everything, no. It can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. You can't buy true love.
Love is not for sale. Can't set a price and weigh it like crack on a scale. Love is an attraction put into action, revealing satisfaction. It's an authentic preview, giving me a taste of the real inner you. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad. Crossing every bridge, cold as a fridge. Seeing our reflection in the dust. We got us.
Steady showing up like Khan say. You need them, they on the way. Don't worry about your past, focus on today. Need I say more? The way you can't ignore the reason you be cheesing till your cheeks get sore. Ain't nothing wrong with it, you deserve to be happy. You find who you belong with, stay dope like DJ Agnes. You think you working hard? I say work harder. In the meantime, welcome to the love part.
Money ain't everything. It could buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy true love. No, no, no. Money ain't everything, no. It can buy you a can't buy you love. Can't buy you love. What up, though?
Ow.
What up, though?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to the Love Parlor. We missed y'all. I don't even think we went live, like regular live, too often. So it
We had too much going on, to tell you the truth. So.
feels good to be home.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Shout out to everybody that has been reaching out, checking in, wanting to know what's going on with the Love Parlor. Was it over? No, definitely not over. We just had to, handle some business, take care of some things. But
Now the enemy was big mad.
Yeah.
He was big mad.
big mad,
Big mad.
big mad. Her said him big mad.
But he don't run nothing. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do give the enemy too much weight.
Right.
He don't even have no weight. Everything that happens to people that are traumatic is not always the devil. That's what people automatically think. Sometimes God allows traumatic things to happen to you for a reason.
Right.
And sometimes it's so he can let you see his hand upon people's life.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Hey.
She can't hear you yet. Oh, yes, she can.
Yeah.
Yep, we are here.
I can hear her too.
No, we're good. We're good. Okay. I don't think they don't pay them no attention. They can't hear them. We can.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
They can't.
No. But as we were saying,
We were talking to our
let me
guest,
find
y'all.
her.
Sorry about that.
Let me find her email right quick.
Yeah, how have y'all been? It's just so exciting to be back on the Love Parlor. We have so many different things in store for our audience. So we just want to say we missed y'all again so much. And please share this live. Um, share it on all platforms because this is something you don't want to miss. Literally, you don't want to miss it. We want you to see the reality of living a life without sight. Um, this is very powerful because these two women, we're going to interview the first woman first. Let me tell you something. She is phenomenal, phenomenal. Um, the other lady, she's coming on. She's doing an event. She's still out there. just working.
Grind.
Yes, like I love it. Just because you lose sight physically doesn't mean you lose sight spiritually or mentally. It just doesn't. And so it's so many things that a lot of people don't even understand, that they're going to be able to shed some light on some things because they were able to do it for me. So I'm just excited about both of them being up here because they are awesome. So listen, y'all, I need y'all to come on in, come on in, come on in, come in the room. Come in the room of the Love Parlor. Come on
Come
in the
on in
room.
the room.
Bring some more people in the room.
Step in my room.
So bring them in, bring them in, bring them in.
How how was your day today, my love?
Well, today is my youngest son's birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kyrie. Happy birthday to you. Um, and also, of course, things happen, at work
Hmm.
that's beyond your control. But you learn to make the best out of the day, put out fires that burn. Some fires are good
Some
because,
fires you got a fan.
but them fires that burn you up, you got to put them out. So, but it was a good day. It's a blessed day. Every day is a blessed day for me. Had a little situation that happened that caused me to be worried, but I know that God has that situation under control. I'm not going to announce that, but
Right,
I
right.
know God has that situation under control. My sister is just
Shout out
pregnant with.
to Leslie. She chimed in with some hearts.
Hey, my sister, I love you.
My mama said, "Hey y'all."
Hey, Mama, I love you.
Valletta Ferguson, what up?
Hi, Valetta.
Robert Laverne Davis, what up?
Yes, hi.
But yeah, so we ain't gonna prolong it. We are going to bring um we
We
gonna
about to bring
we're gonna bring AV. I call her AV.
AV,
Her
Auntie
name,
AV.
yeah, her name is Veronica, but I dubbed her AV, and she dubbed me her favorite, which is a beautiful thing. Um, but she has one of
I'm her new favorite. I don't know
the
why you keep forgetting
something's
that.
wrong with your mic. She has
Not
one
nothing.
of the dopest spirits that I've had the pleasure to be in the presence of. She's super humble, super sweet. Um, I think learning and watching her and learning things that I didn't know before, when it comes to people that have lost their sight, watching how she moved just around her house. Like, I think the first time I went over there, like it blew me away because she knows where everything is at. And you coming new to the situation and you see her like, oh, she gonna. But when you go to jump to help, she's like, sit down, I got it. Oh, she got jokes too. Trust and believe, she got jokes. She said,
When I met her, I didn't even know that she was blind because she don't move like someone that has no sight.
right, right. She definitely, she's
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 dope.
dope. I'll put it that way. What up, EVE?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? You
She's
said
dope.
she's dope.
Yeah, she's dope.
No, she's super dope.
Oh, you got something on your nose.
Whatever.
I don't know what that is, but it's something brown on your
Nothing.
nose. You got something on your nose.
Nothing.
Well, she's getting her stuff set up, and we gonna pull her in soon as we get her situated. Um, who else we got on here? I seen some names pop up. Evie, what up? What up? Shoot. There she is. AV, you ready? All right, we're gonna go on and pull you on in. Um, yes. Let me remove this from here. Bring your camera down a little bit. A little more. Boom. There you go. There you go. So I introduce to you folks. This is the AV, the awesome AV.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Her husband is a Cowboy fan, but we're not going to talk about him. How you doing tonight, AV?
I'm well. How about you and your
I
lovely wife?
we're good. We're
Well, the viewers out there, hope everyone's well.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We're good.
We're happy to have you on with us tonight.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for having me. I'm
Lean in a
so
little bit
glad
because we split the screen up.
to
I
be
want to
on.
I know you're gonna say it, but I want to say it first because I
Sorry.
got the message. You good? Just so you can be seen. Thank you for the encouragement. Um, I think soon as you found out, you reached out and told her she wasn't allowed. So that was cool.
Yeah, she kicked me out the club.
So
So
I
I
just
saw the text message.
yeah.
I sent Kat a text message saying, what did I say? I said, your membership to the blind club has been denied. You
Right.
are ineligible for a membership.
Yes,
That's the
she
text
did.
message I sent her.
She wouldn't even let me in.
No, no, you're not getting in here, sister. No,
She,
you're
she
not
said
getting
you
in
you
here.
could- you could you could visit and get on.
But I'm glad you did say that because, even though you were saying it to encourage me and to let me know that everything's going to be okay, it was prophetic. And it what it did was it sowed a seed in the atmosphere for God to hear it and to water it for it to grow for me not to still not be able to see. So I'm so thankful and grateful for you for that.
Right, and I'm glad everything's working out, for your good.
Yep.
And I'm sure it was a journey, but you got through it. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be all
got
right.
through it. Yep. Still dealing with a couple things, but I tell you what, I am blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored and I have nothing to complain about. Absolutely. Look, I be playing you know how back in the day when they used to play double dutch
Yes.
and either you go in or you're out and you're trying to get in and out. That's how I feel with my glasses because now I couldn't see with my glasses before. So now that my corneas are healed, I can see with my glasses, but I don't have my sight that I had before. So now when need to look at something close, I have to take my glasses off. But then when I need to look at something far, I gotta put my glasses on.
You figure it out as you go along. Trust me.
Right.
You
Right.
learn how
So
to do what works.
for the people that we have tuned in, and we thank y'all for tuning in. Can you introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about who my AV is?
Yeah. So my name is Veronica Alston. I've been in the Alston family for going on 14 years now, and this is nephew who will claim to be the favorite.
Claim to be? Uncle
Will
Lou must be around you.
claim.
Uncle Lou must be around you.
So I just like to thank you guys for allowing me to come on your show and just deal with I don't like to consider it as the elephant in the room, but more so just learning. I want the sighted community to know and learn more about the blind community. I think there's a lot of misperceptions
Right.
that people have about the blind community. And sometimes, experience is our best teacher.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that, you could wake up in a different state that you are today.
Hmm.
Right.
And there's so many people around here that are blind. Like to me, I almost consider blindness as another race. And people are going blind due to like diabetes, or you might have been in a car accident from you might have gone blind from a brain injury. We don't know,
Right.
So the main thing is to just not take anything for granted. That would be my advice. If nothing else, anyone can take away tonight, just don't take anything for granted. I don't care how small it is. Just don't take it for granted.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's why, again, thank you for allowing me to come on the show. And, my story is so I was born I want to say maybe like 4 months prematurely.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe like about 2 pounds I was. And when they put me in the incubator, they didn't put patches over my eyes. So that was a down spiral
Oh
for
wow.
some different like difficulties and that I had to endure, as a baby. But they told my parents that I wouldn't have sight by the time I was 4 years old. But I did end up losing my sight at the age of 19 to glaucoma when I was a like sophomore in college. So I was mainstreamed in the public school, in the New Haven public school system from kindergarten up until the 12th grade. And then I thought I was going to go to Syracuse. Well, that was what I wanted to do, to go to college
Uh-huh.
up in Syracuse. But God, had me to just stay here in New Haven and go to Southern. And by my sophomore year of college, that's when I ended up getting the glaucoma. I had to take a little break from school, and I just had to realize that, life was still going to go on regardless as to what I did or didn't do. And I kind of just woke up and said, I got to get myself together. So I did go back to school. It was a struggle, but I did end up graduating. And I ended up actually taking a job for a nonprofit organization for 13 years, from like April 2004 until 2017, when I was called in one day and my manager told me that we had to go see the supervisor regarding my in services. But I get over there and they said they had to lay me off. So I got laid off in 2017. A lot of my work was I was working with the homeless population, people who were, addicted to drugs, and people who had mental health issues. So it was basically like a lot of engaging. I didn't really have to worry about computer skills or things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got laid off, I was like, okay, now what do I do? I hadn't brushed up on my computer skills, and then COVID hit because I had a 3-year period where I couldn't find a job. That's
Right.
another major issue with trying to find employment for people who are blind. Not that it's impossible, it's just a struggle,
Right.
you know.
But
So
when you
when
were doing all of those things, how, because I know some people probably wondering, like, how did she do computer work and how did she, do all of these things if she's blind? Can you
Right,
kind
so
of
good,
share?
yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. So even like in college, when I first started school, even in elementary school, there's services. It's called Bureau of Education and Services for the Blind. So they basically provide services for people who need, whether it be large print books or Braille, which I never. I was a little stubborn about learning Braille. I just couldn't do it. Um,
So you
there's,
never did it?
I never did it. I never did it.
Okay.
I tried, but it just wasn't for me. That's
Right.
when I first lost my sight to glaucoma. I couldn't do it. But even prior to that, I used, and even still to this day, I use a screen reader called JAWS, and it's basically just a software that you install on a regular computer, whether it be desktop or laptop, and it enables me to use the computer, like a sighted person. It just, we don't use the mouse. you know the downside to that is where somebody could just take the mouse and click it in a couple of seconds. I might have to do 4 different commands to do what that one click
Gotcha.
would take. But like I said earlier, you learn how to do what works.
Right.
So by the time COVID hit and everything was pretty much virtual, I was able to land a summer employment program where I ended up becoming a community relations specialist for Dream Kit. Shout out to Dream Kit. Um, and that was like
Dream
a
Kit.
Dream Kit. That was a home an app, a mobile app for homeless youth. And so I was the community relations specialist. So what I would do is contact businesses and local youth agencies, and I would try to establish collaborations and ask them, hey, can you do this, or would you donate this as an incentive for the youth? Because they would go on the app and they would participate in these different activities, and they can earn incentives. Usually, as far as last I knew, it was like up to $50 a week in e-cards or what have you. So then, as I was doing that, because it was only an internship, so by the time the internship ended, I had created a project called Cuts for a Cause. So I basically kind of just put this team of barbers together and asking them, can you offer a free haircut, even if once a month
Cut
or
for
what
a
have you?
cause. I like
People,
that.
yeah, cuts for a cause. So,
I like
I like
that.
that.
yeah, people need haircuts for whether it be school or a job interview, and it had to be an earned incentive. So, of course, by the time that internship was over, the nonprofit wasn't able to keep me, because it was a funding issue. But it paved the way because even prior to like when I was in college, I always wanted to open up a safe house for women and children,
Mm-hmm.
and I put it on the shelf. But because I had that experience working with the youth, I didn't have direct experience. I do have, I'm still in contact with Jay. Not sure if she's on here, but shout out to Jay. I met her through Dream Kit. I was asked to work with her, and we just stayed connected. And she's been a very, very big help with what I'm doing today, my nonprofit. So working
Okay.
with Dream Kit kind of paved the way to kind of revisiting this is what I want to do. I want to work with the youth. I want to work with teen moms. I want to work with women. So I had that internship, and then at the same time, I ended up volunteering for New Lifestyles, transitional housing for women. And because of COVID, there was a virtual platform for empowerment. It was the New Lifestyles Empowerment Lounge. Shout out to New Lifestyles, which is still in existence today. I am
Okay.
still the assistant platform manager, so we were on every Thursday. And it's just a way to bring women together who are in need of recovery, who just want some kind of support. We bring in motivational speakers and what have you. So all of that encompassed my dream to say, let me revisit, what I wanted to do back then about opening up the safe house. So then
Okay.
I went to the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven and entered into the New Haven Neighborhood Leadership Program. And they basically teach you how to start your own nonprofit. I
Mm-hmm.
ended up getting some funding for a pilot project, and I did in August of 21 my first pilot project, which was geared to like welcome these teen moms and engage them in these different activities. And after the 1 day project, I decided to apply for additional funding. And I came up with the name of Opportunity for Growth, which originally was designed to prioritize teen moms and their babies. That was the first pilot project. So when I applied for the second round of funding, I ended up doing a teen parent community expo where I brought like all these different local agencies together, so people could be, well, teen parents could be aware of all the resources that are available. And it coincidentally, I ended up taking a parent leader training institute course, and I had to do a project. So I kind of did two projects in one. I had to do a project for the PLTI class, and I also got the funding for a second project. So I just kind of combined the two projects in one, and it was a very successful event. So here I am now, just trying to strengthen my nonprofit. As I said, it's called Opportunity for Growth. I've done a few things. I actually have an event coming up on May 6th where we're going to do like a Mother's Day community boutique.
Nice.
So
Oh.
I'm in the process of just getting some vendors together, so we can create this boutique at the CWT Resolution Teen Center. So shout
Oh.
out to Lisa
Nice. Nice.
and
Yeah. Shout
Cassandra
out, Lisa.
Ireby. So we're gonna
So
work on that project next.
so
So
I have a question
yes,
because
sir.
like with me, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I know emotionally like it was stressful. Like I got depressed and everything else. Now with everything that you just said you do, what kind of keeps you going? Is it just the fact that you're helping somebody else? Like what gets you up out the bed every day besides that ugly guy?
Oh my goodness. Oh, and before you answer, I just wanted to tell you
Your
because we
mother.
have you an audience, so you got fans looking, and Leslie, she said hello, AV. So she,
Hi. Hi,
and
Leslie.
Yvonne,
Yvonne
Yvonne,
Daniels said
e-
hey.
Hi, Evie.
that's the goddaughter. That's
Yeah,
my
my
adopted sister.
daughter.
Okay,
And I
and
know my
hey,
mom's up here.
Rosa.
Yeah, my
Yeah, but
That's
like
my
mom's up.
baby. That ain't no goddaughter. That's my baby.
this is not about you, sir.
All
But
right.
not like just as much as you do for other people, and I know you still have different things that you go through yourself. Like, what is the motivation behind it?
So and you know what? In all honesty, it is hard because I feel beat down. The whole thing with the employment piece.
Right.
I learned like now when I fill out applications all the time. A lot of the companies they don't know that I can't see. I was even tossed between when you get to the part about like do you have a disability. First I didn't fill it out, and then I said, you know what, it is what it is. So I'll just go ahead and in that time, there's no, interviewing me with any apprehension or whatever. I've even said that to people who've interviewed me. I actually had an interview over the phone. It went really well. And then the lady said, well, I want you to go in for a second interview. So I'm like, okay. And I believe it was for like Red Anthem Blue Cross, like an intake specialist or benefits specialist. So that was a phone interview as well, the second interview. So I'm talking to the lady and everything's going really well. So I asked her, I said, so, when it gets to the point where, do you have any questions for me? I said, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. Um, does your company or has your company ever hired anyone who was either legally or totally blind? And she surprised me by saying she knew about JAWS, which is the software that I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is the first time that. So she said, oh, unfortunately, our software is not compatible with JAWS, which is like the biggest complication, that there is as far as like JAWS being compatible with a lot of the proprietary software.
Oh.
So the whole looking for the job piece is, it gets a little difficult. And I learned now, like when I get emails and I open it and it says, "Thank you for your interest. However, at this time we decided not to move forward with your application." So I laugh and delete, you know, but I laugh and delete. Yeah,
I laugh and
right. Yeah,
delete.
no need in crying. Right? It doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got a piece of advice from a friend just recently. She said, "You know what?" She said, "Instead of laughing and deleting, say, well, I'm gonna pray that this company finds the right candidate, that's suitable for the position." She said, just try it, just try it. She said, when you see people around you that have been blessed and you see your wheels are turning and you feel stuck, you just say, I'm so glad that so and so was blessed with XYZ. Just try it.
Right.
So that's honestly what I've been doing. Not woe is me and why can't I have and why can't I get, you know. And I have faith in God. I have support from from hubby and my family, my church people, you guys. And ever since I started this nonprofit, I'm like, I could do this. There's always a fork in the road, there's always a struggle, but that's with, anything.
So what
So
with the nonprofit? What has been um like one of your moments, like something that since you've been doing it, like what's one of the highlights of the different events and stuff that you've had?
highlights are like when people say, you know, you have really made a difference or you really helped me. And I think that's the basis of, what I really want to do. I want to feel like I made a difference in people's lives. So the nonprofit organization, like I said, was originally geared to help teen moms and their babies. So I
Right.
started encountering different situations to where I was helping women who weren't teen parents, and that's fine. You know, so I had a woman call me, and she thought that I was a toy drive. So I ended up getting toys. And then when you see those text messages like, oh, the kids were so happy, that's just fills my heart, like to know that. And I think the reason why I feel that way is because like when you're in need of services, and you know how it is,
Mm-hmm.
when you're in need of resources. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when you pick up the phone to call for something and they say, will someone will get back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
Then they call you and then you still got to wait another 2 days for them to find out what they need to find out to help you.
And that's just being on hold.
That's just be that's just you could be on hold that long, yeah. But I'm just saying that just irks me. Someone will get back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. What if you need it now?
Right.
I mean, realistically speaking, you can't get everything you want right then and there. But even if you like, when I tell anybody that I work with, I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to do something that I can't do.
Right.
I'm just not going to tell you at all. But if I tell you I'm going to do something, if I tell somebody I'm going to call them at 11, any client that I've been working with,
10:55.
10:59, my hands on the phone, get ready to call. Yeah.
And I think
It's trust. You
like
want
like
them to trust you.
like what you're saying, the different text messages and the kids being happy. I think for us this year, when we did the toy drive, remember we took the pictures with the little girl. She was walking out and she stopped her mom and just turned around. God bless you,
What a little
Santa.
girl. Yeah, that's big. That's really big.
Yeah, and then watching the dads, some of the fathers tear up. Like, they weren't scared to show their emotion. Like, you could tell they really appreciated it. So, like you said, making a difference, and that's, I know she's big on that. So
Yes, definitely. So, and and my plan is to like strengthen and have it grow. So, and that keeps me busy too. Sometimes I say, well, maybe this is what God would have me to do. Just sit here and try to figure this out, which is not always easy either.
Yeah.
But it's been 2 years, and I guess I could say, it's coming along.
making
So,
progress.
But
yeah,
there's some
definitely.
other special things about you that you did not mention.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That voice of yours that you have. I listened to one of your songs that you've done, and I was like, wow,
Yeah,
you have a beautiful
I called her
voice.
over. I was like, babe, listen to this. And she was like, who's that?
Uh,
That's AV.
I didn't say it like that, but
You did. Not a bad who's that, like, but who's that?
So
AV.
yeah, even with the whole, so I always wanted to be a professional singer since I was like a preteen. When Stacey Ladislaw came out, I was like, I don't know if well, I don't know if
We're good. We're
you know
good.
yes,
Stacey
we know
Ladislaw.
it. We know she is.
Yeah.
You
So
trying to tell our age?
yeah, exactly. We were the same age, so yeah. And I was like, oh man, I want to do what she's doing, and I want to sing. And people knew me from singing at all these different events and everything. And everywhere I go, they'd be like, "Oh, you used to sing at so and so, or you sang at so and so's wedding." And half of the stuff I wouldn't even remember because I was doing so much. And then I want to say I might have the year wrong, but maybe like in '92, I think. I actually went to Southern with Parrish Smith, who was with EPMD,
Okay.
Parrish Smith and Eric Sermon.
Yeah.
So Parrish and I went to Southern together, and we went to like a prep summer school before our freshman year, and we had a talent show, and I sang, and he said, when I blow up, I'm gonna come back and get you. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Whatever. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
I slept on that. So he actually, when he did blow up, he actually contacted my friend Terry and said, we tried to get some things together. He managed me. I did like an album. That's back in the day, like when albums had only like 8 songs on them. Now you got like 18. But yeah, it was a really short album. A couple of covers or whatever. A lot of some of the stuff was Shirley Murdoch's music. They flew me to I think it was Cleveland, Ohio. No, Dayton, Ohio, excuse me. And I met Shirley and and we recorded the album. Roger Troutman, rest in peace, Roger. He had some personality, boy. He had that energy. It was a shock, when he died. But I did the album, uh, but unfortunately, I think it was more like a marketing issue. Um, I was on a rap label, and I was R&B.
And nowadays,
So
that's what it is. Now the
yeah,
rappers are
yeah.
R&B.
Right. So it was definitely, and it was a big blow, because I was like, oh, it's almost there. Like I could touch it, and it was like, nope. But in all honesty, like with the way things are today, I'd say like for the last 10 or 15 years, I was like, I would be happy just like trying to write for people and just being in the cut. I don't care about getting on the plane, getting on the stage, singing. Especially like when you get a certain age, it's like that's like not for me anymore. You know. So I'm totally okay with okay, so you're not going to get your music career, and that's fine, because sometimes things just weren't meant to be, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
And like you said though, get behind somebody else let the pen work.
I have
That,
no
that
problem with that. Yep.
that's just
Right.
as lucrative. Like that, there's a lot of people
Absolutely.
making big money
Right.
off writing. So
Yep.
But you
I have
still
no.
had a great opportunity that a lot of them have not even experienced yet, and they've been doing it for years. Some of the even the younger generation that's been doing music for like 15, 20 years, and they still have not
been outside
been
the
able
neighborhood,
to set foot on the
Right.
platforms that you've been on. So
right?
that's
I'm
definitely
the NAACP stuff and all those talent shows and
Yeah, it
being
was a
around all
lot.
those different
Yeah.
names.
The Apollo,
Showtime at the
people.
Apollo.
Yeah, people get
Like,
excited. Oh my God, you were in Apollo. I'm like, yeah, okay, but Lauren Hill was on Apollo. And she blew up, and God bless her. Not mad, but it's like I look at it as an experience.
right.
Not like I'm anybody famous or because I know this person and that person. I was a Hal Jackson talented teen. I met Janet Jackson for like what about 4 minutes. You know, and it's just nothing. Like that stuff doesn't even phase me.
Right.
I was glad to have the opportunity, but it's like okay, we're talking like 40, 50 years later.
right,
Then what?
right.
So it's all about the experience.
Right.
boys.
Someone named Voletta Ferguson.
That would be my mama.
She said, "Mom said hi."
Mama V, how are you?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't seen her in woo. It's been some
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wowzers. So
Hmm.
tell us about I know you said you got an upcoming event. And then I'm trying to get Miss Jeanetta on the line. I know
Okay.
you and her have been working together as well.
We have.
Um,
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to meet Jeanetta. So, for about the upcoming event, what I decided to do is, I had like sort of like Mother's Day in mind, and shout out to Tamika, from Highest Places. She's been a big help. She's kind of in this, helping me with this as well. Um, So we decided there's like I mentioned before, there's a teen center, CWT Resolution Teen Center, in Orange, Connecticut, in the back of Munson Chocolate on the Boston Post Road. And I was invited to just, if I had any ideas to kind of utilize the place. And I thought, putting this event together where it can bring like some vendors together. It's like the weekend before Mother's Day, and it's a good way for me to present opportunity for growth. We're going to be having vendors that sell like hats, T-shirts, glasses, candles, baked goods. All kind of different things.
Awesome.
So I think it's a win-win. It's a way to
definitely.
promote the space. It's a way to promote opportunity for growth. It's a
Hmm.
way to promote the items that the vendors are selling. I'm sure they've been places before, but I don't know too much that goes on in Orange. It's just a little
Right.
small town
Now,
that
do
you don't
you
really
have
hear much you don't really hear much about, but that's what it's all about. You got to bring it to where you're not. you
right?
know and I had to
So,
learn that.
do you have a Cash App or a PayPal or anything that someone, if they want to send a donation to you, those who are watching and have shared with others, that would like to donate to the causes that you have?
Oh, I do. I
Um,
appreciate that. Yep, I sure do. So it's opportunity, the number 4,
is this the
growth.
Cash App
Yeah, I'm
or
sorry.
is
Yeah,
it,
Cash App, $ opportunity, the number 4, growth. Yep, that's it. Opportunity for growth. So
awesome?
yeah, I appreciate some OFG love, and just so everyone knows, so what I've been doing recently, Pampers, baby clothes, Uber, and Lyft rides to like doctors for babies or job interviews, um, helping women with clothing if they need clothes like for an interview or something like that. Um, just making connections, like if people are in need of furniture. So I'm just trying to create like see these kids that are coming up, they're our future, right? So if they're not right, this country's already, well, we're gonna leave that alone. But but who's gonna run the country? You know what I'm saying? We gotta set precedents for like these kids. They need to be secure and in a healthy and stable environment. But they say that charity begins at home.
That's
Can
right.
you bring your screen down a little bit, your camera?
Oh,
I want to
this.
put the Cash App up, but I don't want to block your face. There you
Oh,
go.
yep. So charity begins at home, right? So, and even like with working with these kids, sometimes like it takes asking somebody, how was your day? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? How can I help you be, what you want to be when you grow up? Some kids don't have that.
Right.
A lot of teen parents, they're not aware of a lot of resources that are out there that can help them, that are instrumental in helping them to change their lives. Knowledge is power. So I want to promote that. I want to teach our young girls like how to build each other up as opposed to tear each other down.
Right.
You know.
So outside of the typical funding, I think all organizations definitely need funding. What do you feel is something that you would probably say you would need the most, as far as if there's one thing you can go right now, somebody say, what do you need the most, and you,
A
I
grant
need
writer.
that. Now outside of the funding, I think we got that covered, or if
uh,
not, it will be.
yes. Um, I just want to be able to. I'm not looking for a whole lot, but I just want to be able to be comfortable in like, okay, this is what I need to pull out of here to help this person. And I don't want to be one of those organizations that just give and then you don't see me again or I don't see you again. I want to like kind of
Right.
stay connected. Eventually, the way I had it designed is that I want to offer like a 12-week curriculum where there'll be like 4 3-week modules, and we'll do some like goal setting and objectives. And then at the end of the 12th week, you graduate. Maybe you can become a junior mentor. Hopefully, by the time you graduate, you've had a job. And within all this, there's like parenting classes, vocational classes, financial literacy.
Which is
Just
definitely
things that
needed.
kind of form the foundation of like so the moms or whoever can just have grow and become mature and just become financially independent.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need
A building. It sounds
uh,
like she needs a building.
not just a
Yeah.
building.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you're getting real deep now. Yes, I
Yeah.
need
we,
definitely want
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
a building,
yeah. Yeah.
teams in multiple states,
I have
opportunity for growth,
right, I
Memphis.
have yeah, I would love to be able to like expand because some of the things I'm doing is virtually anyway. Like I have a breastfeeding webinar coming up on the 7th of March, which is next week. And luckily, the lady, she's donating her time, for hours.
Hold up, time
Well, I
out.
should say
So
volunteering, right? I'm sorry. She's
no,
volunteering her time to
you know, when she said she's
what?
donating her and the word started with a T, I was like, wait, no.
Oh no. Oh nephew, oh my God. Really? Can't
Lord
take
have
you
My
mercy.
nowhere.
bad, my bad. I'm
You
still
know.
nephew.
I
You know.
know. So yeah, so that will be next week, and that's virtual. Like anybody can join, from there. And that's what I would eventually I want. Like if you are interested in the parenting classes and vocational classes, doesn't matter, that you're not here. Even if you could take something, and you can keep with you and carry with you that will help you, then then I'm doing my job.
That's absolutely true. We have a message for you from Marshall Diggs Davis. She said, "It's a credible lady who does incredible work." I like how she said it. A credible
Hmm.
lady who does
Thank you, Marsh.
incredible
That's
work.
that's my bestie. But let me tell you about Marshall, who her she herself is visually impaired. She works for the state of Connecticut. You know,
Oh wow!
so she's doing big things. She's helping people, with benefits,
Kudos to
and
you, Marshall.
she has success stories that she can share. And she's a prime example of someone who had to wait, and then it eventually happened. And this didn't take 2, 3, 4 years. It took, I guess she can tell you, maybe like about 10 or 15 years before she found the right job that she's
Wow.
looking for, and she's happy in her work. So
If
So it's
if
very
she
challenging.
if she wants to
yeah.
call in, she can
Okay.
901-254-0054 if you want to, no pressure.
Yeah.
I hope you
No
heard that,
pressure, no pressure.
Marshall.
Yeah.
You heard
No
that.
pressure, no
But
pressure.
she just she
Uh-huh.
said that she said her girl, she love you, sis. Your continue to do your thing and keep it moving because your greater will be more than your last.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate that.
so,
Love you too, Marsh. Yep.
yeah,
And it's good to have, we have a support group. We have some ladies that, we share the same situation. But Kat, you got kicked out. You can't.
I
You got
got kicked out. I tell
you're
you
kicked
the
out.
truth. I done got
Yeah.
kicked out the club,
Yeah,
the
you got
blind
kicked
club.
out, but we share the same struggles,
Yeah,
and who more, because nobody can tell me, oh, I know how it feels. You can't tell us that if you can see.
that's right. That
Yeah,
is so
you
true.
just can't, because it's somebody would be like, oh, just do it this way. Well, it's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
Seriously, yeah.
So
And I got a whiff of that when I went through that, period. And
Right.
I'm telling you, just each day seemed like forever. So when I say I have a newfound respect for you and everyone else, because I was just hoping and hoping, to get my sight back. And it just seemed like the days were forever. Like even though it was 3 weeks, it seemed like it was years. And so my hat goes off to you all. Like I am in awe of how you handle yourself and how you go about doing things in the community and in life. And I know that it may be a challenging and a struggle, like you were saying, how
Hmm.
there are things that you want to do, but because they don't have the proper equipment for you to do it, like you're so intelligent and it's not like you can't do it, but because they don't have the proper equipment. Like I wish it was a way where, these companies will get the proper equipment to give that opportunity for those who are blind, who are phenomenal people, you know, that great opportunity to do that. And so I'm hoping that we can do that. That's something that can be added on our plate to do things like that, to bring awareness to people like you coming on tonight and sharing. This helps people to understand
right.
those things that are challenging and the opportunities, because they always say, oh, we give people with a disability opportunity, but do you really give them an opportunity?
Let me jump in real quick. Somebody asked for the number again. The number is 901-264-0054. 264-0054. If y'all got any questions or comments, just want to show some love, you can
So
do so.
can I just go back to what Kat was saying, about the whole equal
Absolutely.
opportunity thing? Just about 90%, 90% of the jobs that I apply for, it says must have a driver's license.
Wow.
Yeah, like must have a driver's license. So that right there, I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time applying for that. Like I majored in social work when I went to Southern. I did go back and I did end up finishing to get my degree. And I guess I hadn't given it much thought about, like, a lot of social workers are out in the field, especially
Yeah.
now, I think,
Right.
now more so than ever. I hadn't thought about that, but it It's the driving piece. It's like everybody wants you to have a driver's license.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys do for me, I don't want one of those cars that drive you. Mm-mm. I'm not getting in. I'm not
we
getting in a car that
You
drives
sure you
itself.
don't want that? You know,
I don't.
they
I no,
making them
thank you.
now.
Take
You
that
just
off the
tell it where
list.
you want to go.
No, you can take that off the list. I'm not doing that. No, I don't. I don't trust that. I'm good
AV,
on
we
that.
have we have some company in the building with us. We have out of sight in the building with us.
Out of
Jeanetta.
sight. Yes.
Never out of vision.
There you go.
How are you doing this
Can you?
evening?
Okay, I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes. We
Yes,
ma'am.
hear you
ma'am.
very
Loud and
clear.
clear.
Awesome, awesome. I am sorry. I've been having issues, so I'm excited to be on. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I know you've been busy, been running, and you know things. You just came from an event, and you got another event coming up, and you and AV doing some things together.
Yeah, we just got off of a
We
call like right
right.
before here. So yeah, she's
Oh,
busy. I don't know how she does it. She just
I just do, I just do it, and I was feeling so bad because I don't know, I couldn't log on, but I'm happy to be here. So
well,
can
we're
you
happy
guys
to
see
see
me
you.
clear in the
Flip your
camera?
flip your camera.
Flip
I,
it.
I think
Okay.
whatever is in front, whatever's in front of you is what we see.
Okay.
But she got the
I'm
clothing
getting this
line
boy to
popping,
taste of
the
steel.
book popping. She's
I'm getting
hosting
this boy
events.
to
She's a
taste of
dope
steel.
poet.
My fingers.
It's a lot.
So we can't wait for you to share with us what you have going on and about your clothing line and
You're good. We
um, the different things, the struggles that you have overcome.
Oh, you can see me? Can you see me?
We see what's in front of you. Like I
Okay,
guess
you
you
see my
got to hit that
fingers.
little button to
yeah, I
make it
just
go
seen you.
back to you.
You just waved, right?
Yes, let's see.
Yeah, we see your hands.
you go, cat. Go,
Lord.
girl.
That's why she can't be in the class.
Would you say that's why she got kicked out?
No, he said that's why she can't be in the class. In the club, he means. That's why she can't be.
Right, right.
Here y'all go.
Don't hate.
Hello?
There you go. There she
I'm
is.
in there.
She's in
Hey,
there.
Hey.
beautiful.
Okay. Today just not been it have not been a tech day, so I'm back. Thank y'all again for having me. So I mean, shout out to Veronica. It's nothing but love, blind girl magic, but it's the
Blind girl
vision for
magic all
me.
day.
So introduce yourself, ma'am, to these beautiful people.
Well, my name is Jeanetta Mary Alice Price. I'm named after my beautiful grandparents. I am 45. I'm 45. I am the founder and CEO of Blind Girl Magic. It's an inspirational company. I am a spoken word artist and I go by Out of Sight. I believe that everybody should feel like they are out of sight. And I'm the visionary of the anthology, The Right to Heal. That's WRITE. The subtitle is It's Not About the Sight Loss, but Vision Gain. And in my journey of losing sight, I started losing sight at the age of 25. But around 30, I gained vision and I began to live my best life out of sight on purpose.
Yes,
So that's a
yes,
little bit about me.
love it.
And the book and things of that nature as well. Congratulations on the book, by the way.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome book.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome book.
I thank God for the vision and the visionaries.
And where
And
can
a
we
lot
get
of
that
people,
book from? Because I don't want them to
oh,
miss that.
okay, it's on all platforms. It's on the Kindle. It's on Audible. And you can also contact me if you want a signed copy. We can do that too, but it's on all platforms, so it's accessible to all.
Okay.
So we were talking to AV about some of the different struggles and difficulties with and like you said, you lost your sight at 25. Like
Yes,
what was um do you mind us asking how? Like
of course not.
I
And
just want to be sure. Some
when I
people
first when I first started losing sight, I saw it as a struggle. So I use that type of language, right?
hmm
But I don't use that language today because I tell people, yes, it was a challenge and we overcome challenges in life. So I believe in the three C's of life. There's challenges, choices, and consequences.
All right.
Okay. So at the age of 25, I started losing sight due to aggressive glaucoma and also cornea disease. And I mean, I just went from one day seeing to the next day I was, following up with for surgery, 22 eye surgeries later, and I'm a blind one. I'm legally blind. But I had 22 surgeries in like 4 years.
wow.
Okay, so that was my challenge at 25. I made a choice to sit on the couch. I was negative and I was non-productive. The consequences, you know, I suffer with severe depression. Now, today, my challenge is still blindness, right?
hmm
But I made a choice to get up off the couch. And the consequences was positive. I went back to school, received my bachelor's in social work, received my master's in clinical mental health counseling, and I began to advocate not just for me, even on a local but on a national level. So how you perceive it is how you live it.
Awesome.
So now with Blind Girl Magic, I don't want to see another Janetta sitting in a bed of depression for 4 years because she think her life is over because she lost sight. Yes, I was struggling at the beginning because it was the lack of knowledge, because I thought my life was over. I lost my job, car, and fiance, but I found out losing him was the best thing ever happened to me because he was not my husband. So when you can change the narrative. We have the power of words. So even in my book, even when I write, I talk about how I looked in the mirror and I just hated my left eye. I had 22 eye procedures and I felt that it defined my beauty. And people treated me like that. So when I went around, I never took my shades off. I was so ashamed of my left eye. And now, when I go places and I don't wear my shades, people go, "Oh my God, you have a beautiful left eye." I was like, "Oh, thank you. It's called glaucoma. Thank you very much."
Now,
Right? So
now
it's
you
like
blushing.
now people, yeah, now people telling me it's beautiful, and I'm like, "Is
Right.
you serious?" So I believe in the power of words, and I'm super excited to start my journey. And I will never forget when I was in a master's program, the professor told me I never seen a blind counselor. So, hello, I'm licensed in the state of Texas. So, God is good. And not only that, about 5 years ago, I received a special contact where I was able to see my face after 15 years. It was all over my local news, and not only
Right.
was I able to see my face, but I was also able to drive again, renew my license, something that, I remember when I first started losing sight, I prayed every day for sight. 15
Right.
years passed and God allowed me to see better. So that's when I tell people it took for me to lose sight to gain vision. And once I gained vision, God allowed me to see better. But it didn't stop there. Like about 4 or 6 months ago, I received a fog over my right eye. I still don't have any sight in my left eye. So my right eye, I always call it my good eye, right? And so a fog came over my right eye and I was not able to see at all for 30 days.
Oh
And
wow.
one thing I know is that I know that my name is Jeanetta Price and I'm a blind woman. So what I did receive was a contact that I put on every morning and take off at night. So, but at the end of the day, I know how to live a life of a blind woman, and I appreciate the skills that I have gained to live an independent life. So even as working as a lender for my company, my branch manager, I had a meet with my branch manager. He said, Janetta, even when you couldn't even see, you came to work and you was closing deals. Because what I need him to see in the world to see is that you don't need 2020 to live your best life out of sight.
Say
Right,
And
right.
God allowed the fog to be removed from my eyes, but I still couldn't really see. I couldn't wear my contact for a total of 60 days. And then they allowed me. But one thing about me, I never got to the place where I feel like I'm beyond my blind community. I am my blind community. And
okay.
with or
Right.
without this, sometimes I don't even wear my contact because one thing I never lose is my blind skills. And that is the magic when losing sight, is
That's
gaining
what's
the
Yeah,
up.
blind skills.
We,
I
we,
love
we
it.
got a caller. Let's see who this is. Caller, you got the love parlor. How can we help you? Hello? Can you hear us?
I'm Robert. I'm Marcel's husband.
How you doing today?
All right. Literally, she's working at this moment. If you give her 5 minutes, she'll get right back to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That is
Okay, okay.
I forgot to tell y'all, Marshall has two jobs. I forgot about the little part-time gig she got over there too. So she got two
wow.
jobs.
She
Yep, she's doing her thing. She's definitely
that is
doing her thing. Janetta, can you talk about your clothing line?
Of course, Blind Girl Magic is a motivational company. I design motivational gear. And also, Blind Girl Magic is culturally driven. I am a blind black woman, and a lot of times people perceive that as a triple threat, but I call it a triple blessing. So, hello, somebody.
Triple blessing.
Uh,
Amen.
so,
okay.
one of my top sellers was Blind, Bougie, and Beautiful. Is a picture of an African American woman with a big old fro.
I got my shirt
Um,
on.
You got her shirt on right
Yeah, I'm
now.
wearing my
Represent!
shirt.
I love
I'm
it.
wearing my shirt on.
Represent with a big fro, and you got blind and bougie in her hair and her fro, and
Blind and
across her
bougie.
chest it
Yeah.
say beautiful. And I always incorporate the white cane. The white cane is symbolic for blindness and independence. So it's no longer the elephant in the room. I remember when I first um ordered my white cane in the mail, and I was so ashamed of it. So now we're removing the shame, and we taking back our name. My name is Jeanetta Price. I'm a blind black woman unapologetically. So if my sisters like Veronica is in Virginia rocking blind girl magic, my community is rocking blind girl magic. I mean, the world is actually rocking blind girl magic because I sell blind girl magic gear all over the world. So it's also a conversation piece so we can begin to share, so we won't be ashamed when we walk in the room with our white cane and say our name.
Woo.
So that's what it's about. It's all about a movement. And I always tell people, I don't make moves, I make movements. And that is what Blind Girl Magic Company is all about, is to empower and uplift the blind community, but also educate the community as a whole. You don't have to be blind to rock Blind Girl Magic gear. Like January is Braille Awareness Month. I partner up with the National Federation of the Blind, their student division, and I also they sold so many shirts, and I gave them a certain amount of percentage. It said Braille Rock Star. In January we celebrate Braille, but we also celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King, because without the civil rights movement, it wouldn't be a blind movement or any other movement.
Any other
So
movement, right?
I incorporate a peace symbol to represent Dr. Martin Luther King as well. And I also incorporate the white cane, but also some braille cells as well. So anything I do, I'm mindful of our culture, and I embrace who I am as a blind woman and blind black woman. But everybody rock blind girl magic gear. And it's a beautiful thing that I could design a shirt that when my blind sisters put it on, they feel empowered. When my family and friends put it on, co-workers, they love it. So Blind Girl Magic, it's a feeling, it's a movement. So I just want to thank Veronica for rocking her Blind Girl
You already
Magic this
know.
evening, because she's always rocking with me. And like I tell anybody, it's just so much love with Blind Girl Magic. And we actually about to do our first cruise in November. And we're gonna be doing more projects. Like today, we did I Am Black History, and we celebrated the arts. Next month is Women Appreciation Month. We definitely gonna do something for Women Appreciation Month as well. But Blind Girl Magic, it's all about empowering, and it's built off love. So love thyself and love thy sister. So that's what it's all about.
And Jeanetta has this like magnetism because I heard her speak. She does spoken word, and I was invited to it was like a virtual women's conference. And as soon as she finished, I was like, I'm calling her.
Yes,
I
I'm
called
so glad you did.
I called her before it was even over. So, and we just been connected since then. Lewis and I and Marshall and her husband Rob, we all went to the book signing. We left from Connecticut, drove down to Maryland, and that book signing was phenomenal. Jeanetta and the other authors of The Right to Heal, they were there. There were maybe like over 100 of us in that room.
Yes,
We
we
had
so
busboys
live.
and
It was like
poets, and
about
we had a good
150.
time. It was like phenomenal. Like everybody was just, it didn't matter. Everybody was just around having fun. We had good food, DJ, drinks, whatever. And it was just like, now that felt like a movement. It didn't matter. Like,
Yes.
it didn't matter. And so it was awesome. I'm glad I was able to make that book signing.
And not only
Just
did she
glad.
make it, but she was a spotlight artist as well. So you was a part of our first
I
book
forgot about that
signing.
part.
Oh yeah, how you forget
You always
about that?
forget about
Oh
that
yeah.
part.
Yes.
Yes. And I mean she rocked the mic,
Yes, I
and I
imagine.
just absolutely love Veronica. And like I said, I'm a lover of the arts. So whatever type of art it is, like I embrace it and I want to network and connect. So that's what, and I believe like the power of writing is healing. I always tell people Fantasia sang her way when she having a hard time. I
Yeah,
write my way. What do you do? Because we all have gifts and talents, and I believe in the power of the art.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing that for everyone to come together and support one another. Y'all
Yeah.
support one another's vision, and that's awesome. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, definitely. Yep. And I was like, wow, she just has so much going on. It's amazing. Definitely amazing.
Now, where can they? I know most of the poetry is most of not all is in Texas, correct?
Yeah, but I zoom in places all over the world. I'm actually going to come out with my poetic book, so I do have some individual projects that I'm working on. So stay tuned. But the Right to Heal is on a journey, so we looking to partner with different organizations, different sponsors to get us in different locations. Because the Right to Heal, no one walk away the same. We just did a book signing in Beaumont, Texas, at the university that I'm alumni, Lamar University. In every experience, every book signing is different. It didn't look like bus boys and poets. It's not supposed to. So I'm not looking for another book signing to match what we did in DC or Beaumont. Like I'm looking to partner with individuals so we can create magic in how it's supposed to be, just designed for that area, whatever the need is. I knew it was a need for healing. Like that was the whole focus. I had some of the local poets that I have been laboring the mic with for a long time. They was able to open up as the spotlight artists and share testimony pieces of healing. And my mom, she couldn't make it to DC, but she was able to make it. She was in Beaumont, and I write not just for me, but I also write for my mom because she was abused as a child and like she was muted as a child. But I believe God assigned me my mom on purpose, and now her truth is set free, and I'm writing my mom's story. So it's just a beautiful thing. So I always encourage people to write, and people ask me a lot of times with my poetry, is that about you? Sometimes it start off about me, but it may end up about you. I write truth. So if there's any truth in it, then I can write it and recite it.
And I also can relate to what Jeanetta said a little while ago, like about that white cane. um, that's not always the easy thing. So I'm glad you actually, hone in on that and made us
Yes.
feel better about that cane. Um, Marshall and I, we have a friend Shonda, and what does she call? What does she call her cane? Her other eye, her third eye, and she's really committed to using that cane. She'll take that cane and go in and be in an unfamiliar place, and that cane is all she needs. So
That's
Let's see.
right.
Let's
yeah,
see who
that's
we got. We got another caller. Av. Hey, caller, you got the love parlor. This is Saga. How can we help you? How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm sorry that I was trying to get in. I'm in the process of working at the same time and just going back and forth. But V, you just are like a beacon of light to the community that you serve, especially in my life. I mean, she's been,
me too.
resourceful for me. So I just appreciate you. You know, I love you to the
Love you
moon, stars,
too.
and beyond.
That's what's
Love you
up.
too. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. That is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Whatever,
Yes.
Marshall.
Thank you for calling in,
Uncle
Marshall.
Uncle Lou said whatever, Marshall.
Tell him don't be a hater.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
We appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And even to Jeanetta, it was good to hear from you always.
Did you
Same
hear Jeanette?
here. Yes, same here.
She said same here.
I always say you can't never sleep on a blind chick because we get things done.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Move
That's
on
right.
from them.
Yeah. That's
And,
right.
Veronica's been
Say it with
sharing,
your chest.
sharing her challenges and triumphs and everything. And, like her and like Jeanetta, too, I'm really impaired. And I've been through a lot. And I've been visually impaired since birth. And my vision has, deteriorated since being a younger person. I've been through a lot of struggles myself in terms of like what Veronica was talking about when it came to looking for employment. You would speak well, present well, and like she said, you get these letters. I'm sorry to inform you, blah blah blah, and then it was very like depressing. It was discouraging. I felt like I was in a state of despair, in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I've never really had a work history, and like Veronica, I too went to Southern and acquired a bachelor's degree in social work.
Let me find out y'all having a class reunion on the love parlor.
No.
Yes.
Well, we're all three social workers.
Yeah.
How
And
All social workers.
we all social workers, we have that spirit of helping.
We have a passion for people,
Wow,
and
that's
I
dope.
work for now. Right now, I work for the Department of Labor, and I work with people, young families, trying to empower them to become marketable in the mainstream, whether that be through different trainings or helping them to secure employment. Because I too know what it was like to even want to go to work, and I knew what it was like to need help and assistance and support. I knew, and that was one of the inspirations that drove me to wanting to do what I do. And not only do I do that type of job, but I'm also the president that sits on the Center for Disability Rights. And I was also a former NFB president for the Southern chapter.
Awesome.
And remain as a board member. And in addition to that, I also work part-time with people who have co-occurring disorders, mental health / substance abuse on a part-time basis. So that's what I'm doing right now.
You can't fool me. There's another one. Keep going.
Okay. she got
Don't cut it
she got
short.
99 problems having a job, ain't one.
Okay. Right. You need to give me one of those.
Baby. But what I want to say is that
I get off.
oh, she's still on the call. Okay.
She said, "Go ahead."
No, ma'am. The mic is yours.
Oh no. I guess she She said step away or whatever.
She's still there. She said, "Go ahead."
Oh, okay. And I would say like Veronica too. I too am a singer, and I just now I'm just living my best life because of the support that I've gained and the guidance and the services that I received, the resources. It wasn't easy. I was a single mother of 4 children at one point before my loving husband decided that he would deal with me for life.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. He don't ever say, "Babe, you work too much." I need some me
He
time.
better not say that.
He's a hard worker. He's a hard worker. But I be thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, he's waiting to see if I go out that door to make sure I go out and help him make some money.
Hustling. That's what I'm talking about. We do.
So it's no excuses for people
Right. This.
that have everything,
Yeah.
all their sight, their hearing, their limbs. It's just no excuses.
No,
No
this definitely should shake a few people, wake them up a little bit because we get it's I don't know it's something that we need to instill in this generation coming up. Like AV said earlier, they finna run this thing in a little while, and like we can't even get y'all to make a sandwich. Y'all don't got time to make a sandwich without complaining or looking on your phone, and like we need some of that blind girl magic to sprinkle on.
Yeah, I want to shake people
Yes.
unapologetically.
Right.
Shake them. I'm
Right.
not sorry.
Yeah.
But I think Jeanetta was going to say, well, if Marshall, I'm not sure if she's still there. Is she
Marshall,
there?
you still there? She's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she locked in. She was like, y'all might as well go ahead and finish the show out with me. She ain't hanging out.
No, I wasn't sure because I know
She
Jeanetta
with
was
us.
going to say something.
No, I don't know. I was just gonna comment on something she said, but I didn't lost it. But okay. So this is where I was going. I love the conversation about employment, and one thing I tell people, blind people are problem solvers. We are. So a lot of times, employees they don't understand blindness, but we as a community, when we walk into these interviews, we walking in as problem solvers. Like we're not asking them to figure things out. We're gonna let them know, like, listen, I'm pretty good at solving problems. Okay. So because our life has been a challenge and we figure it out every day,
Right.
so I get on this job, I'm gonna figure it out. And that's because I know I qualify for the job. But another thing is that we all social workers. And I always tell people I don't wait on people to give me an opportunity. I did when I was newly losing sight. But now I want the next Janetta to know that you don't have to wait on an opportunity. You can create your own opportunities. Okay? We can create our own organizations, nonprofits, agencies, because we have the power to do that. So I'm no longer waiting on anybody to create an opportunity for me, and entrepreneurship is really big, and I just want to encourage people to believe in yourself, in your passion, and walk on purpose, because we don't have to ask them from jobs. We can create our own jobs and hire our own as well. So that's something that's dear and close to me. And anytime I have an opportunity, even on this book signing journey, that's why I create opportunities for my blind brothers and sisters, because sometimes we're denied those opportunities. But now, Blind Girl Magic, I have some of my sighted peers asking me to get on stages with Blind Girl Magic. And that's a beautiful thing, because we want to be on the side of our peers. We're not trying to be in the back, but we want to walk hand in hand with you guys.
Right.
So it's
Absolutely.
a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it is. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Miss Marcia, you still there? Did she hang up?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's still there. She's still with us. She's still hanging in there.
She is not going nowhere. She said, I'm
No.
here for the long run.
I'm finna redo the flyer right now and post it. I gotta make sure I add her on it.
I was trying.
Yes.
I told her, it came out before she could get up there.
That's so true after what Jeanetta was saying, because I know the more the more I got told no, the more I wanted to try that much harder. I was like, oh no, this
Yes.
is not going down. Because I'm Veronica would tell you, I'm like a fighter. I might even get like
She really is. She is. I give her that.
and I'm just like, I am not a quitter. I just kept it do. I went through this for like 10, 20 years to get where I am.
Wow.
Even
Yes.
having education, and like people were like, why are you not like? When you get told no, it's just unacceptable. It's just it was no way that I was gonna accept that, and we just have to keep it moving. And like you said, just use that no as a footstool, and that's exactly what we do.
That right there.
That's right. Snap on that.
That that no
Off the
becomes
mic.
motivation.
Yeah.
I think
Yes. So listen.
I think with me and my wife, especially if it's something that we want to do, and somebody tell us no, like you automatically, in my opinion, you automatically become competition because you tell me no, now I got to do what you're
Come on.
doing. Like it just has to be that way.
Yes.
That's just the competitive nature of me, and I too hate the word. I hate for somebody to tell me no, no you can't do it, or no I can't do it for you. I do it myself.
Mhm.
And that's another thing. Like people just automatically assume, oh, you can't do that.
That's another
You know,
one. Yep.
not with even given a chance. It's just automatically implied. Nope. I think that'll be too hard for you to do.
I like when
Yeah.
somebody tell her that.
My last job, I worked as a behavior specialist, and they was just trying different people out for the job, and nobody was working. It was not working out. So when I went in there with my white cane, the principal told me we became really good friends. He became my mentor. He said he looked at me and said, "Poor thing, she's not gonna make it. Why would they do this to her?" And so,
Wow.
and then he had
Little
to
did he
come to
know.
he come to my blind events, and then he was like, and she did a better job than me. And yeah, I had the job for 4 years. I discontinued my contract because I just needed time to study so I can pass my state board for my counseling. But they actually didn't think I was going to make it, but the Division of Blind Service came in, provided me with the tools that I needed to get my job done. And all I needed to do was learn my job. Did I say after work? Sometimes you got to put in extra time.
Mhm.
So how did I get back to work? I caught a cab for 4 years. I caught a cab for, matter of fact, 3 years, because the last year I drove off, right? For 3 years, I caught a cab back and forth to work.
I
And
love the
I
way you slide it.
lived
I
in,
love the way you slide that stuff in and keep going.
yes, and I live about 20 minutes in the next city away. So I caught a cab back and forth. And my students used to be like, well, Miss Price, how do you get to work? I said, I caught a cab. Oh my God, way from Beaumont. I said, look, let me tell you something. Your problem is that you focus on the problem. I knew I qualified for the job and I haven't missed a day yet. So if the bell ring at 7:20, I was there at 6:20.
Okay.
So we already know we have challenges with transportation, but I wanted to also have a head start on my day, so I tell people I'm not looking for a hand out, just give me a hand up and
Give it
allow
up.
me to raise up to the expectations, because whatever I need to do, I know that I need a little more time to structure my day. So I would get to work an hour early, and sometimes I would leave an hour too late because I was involved in so much, right? But I just want everybody to know is that hard work truly pays off. So even with this book, my company, nobody gave me anything. However, the hard work speaks for itself. So I believe in hard work and follow your vision and walk on purpose.
That's it.
And that's my truth.
I
Yes.
think also too. I think a lot of these people that work for these companies, they need like sensitivity training, like extra sensitivity training.
I
Because
think
I've
that's
been in
Speak
yeah, I
on
think
it.
that's
yeah,
everywhere
I've been
now.
in situations where so I had a doctor's appointment to get my blood pressure checked or something. She wanted me to come back in a couple of weeks, and she walked me to the reception desk, and she said, I need to see her in 2 weeks. Can you come? She starts yelling at me like I have a hearing problem. But it took every fiber of my being. Like sometimes you just have to be the bigger person. Like I'm not gonna even waste my energy, you know.
Right.
But I think a lot of it is they really need to train and retrain their employees, they need sensitivity training. You know, not to train you how to feel sorry for blind people or people with disabilities, but just to learn how to communicate and talk to them like you would talk to your next
Right.
coworker.
Or that she
All right.
wants something to drink.
Yeah, you go to a restaurant, I'm sitting right there. Does she want? Yes, I do. I'll tell you what I want. You didn't ask me. You
All
know.
right.
Right.
So
I know Miss Jeanetta
Yes.
has to run. Can you please get these folks your social media? How can they get in contact with you? How can they follow you? All that good stuff.
Yes, I am Jeanetta Price on all social media platforms. So that's Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I do have a Blind Girl Magic group on Facebook, and you can get all the information there as well. We'll also have a group, The Right to Heal, a page, The Right to Heal on Facebook as well. And you can definitely stay connected with us on the Right to Heal journey. And before I go, I'm just gonna do the intro to Blind Girl Magic, so when people know when Blind Girl Magic is in their presence. Here we go. Blind Girl Magic is the type of magic that struts in the room with her white cane extended. Her hips shift like the motion of the eyes of the sighted. Who would have guessed that this blind girl possessed magic? Abracadabra. Now you convinced that I have some magical superpowers with a supernatural S on my chest. Well, that will be yes for success as I leap over adversity, dodge negativity, slam misconceptions of society, slap I can'ts in the face where I did. That is the fact that blind girl magic goes back to Helen Keller, way back to Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery, escaped the freedom, but she did not stop. She went back and back and back to lead others to freedom. Blind Girl Magic is built off the shoulders of phenomenal women. Blind Girl Magic is an independent movement that is leading our blind sisters to freedom of depression, low self esteem, lack of confidence, anger, bitterness, rejection. Abracadabra, you are set free. Blind Girl Magic lives within me. Thank you guys so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Listen,
Yes. 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 I love it.
we so
And
appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit and kick it with us for a little bit. We definitely gotta do this
yes.
again. We gotta do it again.
We definitely, maybe we can run it back in April. April is National Poetry Month, so
Hey,
Oh
I
let's
would
let's
love
Yeah.
to come back.
let's do it.
And
We'll set something up and
yeah, and I'll
get,
make sure
get
I'm
some company with you.
stationary. Veronica, I love you, sis, and
Love
thank
you
you
too. Thank you
again
so much for
for just
coming.
considering me. And to the host with the most, you guys are a beautiful couple, and just thank you guys for
thank
sharing our truth and highlighting us in the most beautiful way. God bless you all.
God bless
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Yes.
You have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Yes. Good night.
I just want to say that not only is February Heart Awareness Month, but it's also Low Vision Month, Low Vision Awareness Month as
Low
well.
Vision
oh,
Awareness
see,
Month. So this month
okay.
is Low Vision Awareness Month. Oh
Wow.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We caught it just in time.
Just in time. Yes, we
We did.
did.
Just in time.
But we got big vision, though. Us blind people got big vision.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We
I
walk by.
love what she
Which
said.
I always say, right? This is my motto. Don't judge me or any other blind person or any other person who has a disability by the surface. Judge them by the, because they're more substantial than what meets the eye.
Right.
It's not about the surface. It's about the substance.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I'm just so glad that we had this opportunity to come on here.
Say that again, Mark.
I said I too am gonna go, and I want to say thank you for having me on and letting me chime in.
Absolutely.
I love you, and to you and your wife, thank you for having us tonight.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you for chiming in with us.
We are happy that y'all came on tonight.
Can I come on now?
Whatever, Lou.
Go to your room. Go home, Roger.
Well, I hope there was some takeaway tonight. You know,
Definitely.
It was
hopefully.
definitely a
There was
lot
some
of takeaway.
You
Yeah,
know,
it was. It was enlightening in so many different areas. that everybody should have took something away tonight.
Definitely. And all jokes aside, Uncle Lou, I appreciate you, and I too, me and Kat had this conversation. I too have uh, a more deeper respect for you being who you are to her. And you know,
Her hubby
not just
dear.
your husband. Here we go. Can we mute her mic for a minute? No, because I mean, just having to sit and watch her go through what she went through was hard in itself. And then trying to help her. And I think the scariest moment for me was when I had to help her pick out her clothes in the morning. Because
He just act like that was the worst thing in the
it
world.
wasn't the worst.
Oh
It was
my
scary.
goodness.
It
Wow.
was scary. It wasn't the worst. Nah, y'all don't know what I go through. when
Oh.
look when it wasn't about her sight. So no, the lady at the physical therapy said I did a good job.
She
But
did.
nah, just like I get it a little more now than I did. You know, I always see you do, and that's because I felt that that's his job.
Well,
Right, because
experience, you know. That's
you were
different.
familiar with him
Right.
because that's your uncle. So you were so familiar with him, you didn't even understand the
Yeah,
in-depthness
that's what I just absolutely. But
of what
I
he does on a daily basis.
I
you know?
appreciate you.
Well, I want to give you all a little insight. She takes care of me.
Okay.
That's not inside. I knew that already.
Well, stop playing.
I just said I
Well,
appreciate you. I didn't give
it's a
nothing else.
collaborative. It's supposed to be a collaborative effort, you know,
Right. You
regardless
take
as
care
to
of
who
each
has
other.
what or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know,
You take care of it's a blessing to see both of you take care of each other the way that you do.
Now, all jokes aside, I'm not saying this because y'all family, but y'all are definitely one of my favorite couples.
Yeah, and you too as well.
I'm your
Yeah.
favorite uncle. I don't
If we
care
had
what
an
you
award,
think.
we give you the power couple of the world.
Oh, we're
Oh.
coming. We're coming
Yeah.
for that title.
What was that last comment you had said, Uncle Lou, when I said y'all one of my favorite couples? What'd you say?
I'm your favorite uncle.
See, I'm his
Okay.
favorite nephew, so we're even.
There you
my
go. There you go.
I don't care what Uncle Lenny
I
said.
hope nobody's listening because y'all gonna be in trouble.
He said, "I don't care what Uncle Lenny said."
That's why I said I hope nobody's listening or y'all gonna be in trouble.
Nah, he's the only one that pays attention to us. So
But
No.
we appreciate you guys, though. You know, for all
No,
you
definitely.
do, you got your hands in a lot. You know, so
yeah, we
so
trying to
just
we trying to catch up to Marsh and all the stuff she do. We trying, but she just as bad.
But this is the thing though, and this is what I've learned, and y'all touched on this in so many ways, is that a lot of times the people that's in your ear can hinder you from accomplishing some things in life because they don't understand why you doing so much. Yeah, I used to hear people say all the time, you doing too much. You don't need to do this. Why don't you just do one thing at a time? And so because I chose not to listen to them, because sometimes them very ones that are telling you that are not doing anything,
right.
or either they're too afraid to do anything, so they've never experienced what they could actually have done if they had went ahead and done it and not worry about what I'm doing. And so that's what happens to a lot of people in life. They have vision, they have dreams, they have aspirations, but they don't do it because they always have somebody in their ear that can't see the vision. They're not supposed to see your vision. That vision wasn't made for them, it was made for you. And
Right.
so if God gave you more than one vision, then you have to see what you can do to make those visions come into reality.
Right.
And because I didn't listen, I was able to allow some of those things to happen for me, where at the time they were like, you doing too much. You shouldn't do all of that. You ain't gonna be able to do this. You ain't gonna be able to do that. But then when they seen it come to pass, they was like, wow.
No,
You
I
know.
appreciate all the stuff that you do. I like it motivates me. Like we both have our hands in a lot of stuff, like she said. And my mom is listening. She even I put it on the screen. She said, "I'm always listening when we talk about the favorite couple thing." She said, "I'm always listening." But nah, I like just see you go, and then it's stuff that you pulled me in, and like with the taxes, like make sure I got right with that. So now I'm considered a professional tax prepper. So it's just a bunch of stuff, and like I said, we motivate each other. So for us, it works.
Yeah.
I remember I was fishing with my grandfather one day, and he was like, "Well, I hear you doing this. I hear you doing that. What's your favorite?" I said, "I don't have a favorite." He said, "All right, we'll throw it all against the wall and see what sticks."
Oh
And
wow. Okay.
that's been what it's been. Like
Mhm.
I wanted to do photography, so I learned that. The music, I did that. Graphics, I did that. Like it's everything that I see that I want to do, especially if somebody if we go to somebody and they try to overcharge us. Okay, now you become competition.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna learn what you're doing, and I'm coming for you. But that's just how that's Uncle Lou fault.
Yeah. But the thing
Not
about
my
it
fault.
is
Top of the key, pull up. That's what you said.
Listen,
sometimes you have to find your niche because you don't really know what you're truly good at,
Right.
and
And you won't
sometimes it may
know.
be the very thing that you don't even really like doing that you might be the greatest at that would make you the most money. And a lot of times it is for some people the thing they don't really like doing the most is the thing that they're the greatest at.
And sometimes
And
you just gotta step out there and just like somebody asked me, would you mind being a grant researcher? I'm like, grant researcher? I need grants myself, but you don't knock it.
right,
You don't knock it.
because you never
listen.
know.
Learn.
This is my hashtag. Every opportunity is an opportunity for growth. Every time something comes up and you step into it, you either learn from it or you don't. But the opportunity is there to learn. Everything
Right.
that I'm good at, I got that way from doing it. It was an
Mm.
opportunity and I stepped into it. And whatever I do, if I say I'm good at it, I'm good at it. What I can't do, I'm gonna tell you now that ain't for me.
I thought he's gonna say something else. If I can't do it, I'm gonna call my nephew.
If you can do it, if you can do it.
Yeah, but that's just been it. Like since then, I was young then when my grandfather told me that. So that's just always stuck with me. Throw it all against the wall and see what stick.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Put it all in a pot. Throw it against the wall.
Maybe I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna throw it all against the wall.
You already got enough on your plate. Don't throw the plate. Don't throw the plate. Keep the plate intact.
Oh,
But
there's
nah,
more. There's always more to do. I wanted to share something real quick before we go. I had got to receive the phone call from my brother T Bump. He's always calling with some type of
T Bizzle.
inspiration or motivation of, he takes that quiet time with God, and he always shares how God start chastising him when he's by himself, and have to bring some stuff to the forefront for him to understand. Sometimes it's not nobody else, it's you that you need to look at. And so he was sharing that with me of what God has said to him. And then he had brought on our other brother, John McClung, and he reminded me when John got on, I literally was in tears because he reminded me of the story in the Word of God that talked about the talents when he gave the one the 5 talents, the one the 3 talents, and the one with the 1 talent, and
When
how
he
the one,
buried it.
yes, that one buried that 1 talent he had, and he lost it. It made him unprofitable because you took that 1 talent that you had and you did absolutely nothing with it. You tried to hide it, trying to save it, and it made him unprofitable. He was punished. But those that had the 5 talents doubled their talent. The one that had the 3 got more talents, and God gave them more. So for people that tell you you're doing too much, God clearly showed there that you're not doing enough. If I give you 5 talents, I expect you to double those talents that I've given you. So
Use it.
that's it. Just use it. Use it. Do
Yeah.
more. Do it. Do all that you can do while you can, while you have breath in your body. Because like y'all said tonight, tomorrow you can wake up and not see, or you cannot wake up at all.
I was about to say
You
Yeah.
know,
how some people say you can wake up dead. I don't never knew.
Yeah.
I never knew what that meant,
I
but
don't know what that means
I
either,
heard plenty
but
of people say it.
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
tomorrow anything could happen. You can leave out this door with 2 arms and come back with no arms. So, and I've seen people with no arms do phenomenal work out here. So we can't allow our condition to determine what our future is going to be.
Absolutely.
So I'm so grateful for everything, and I appreciate you coming on
Thank you
tonight on the Love Parlor.
Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, AV. Absolutely. Anytime.
And one day we're gonna get up here and talk about love.
This is all love. We talk about love.
Right.
It is all of it. All of it is love, but we definitely want to talk about love for real. Some love.
Yeah, we talk about everything else
With love.
with love.
No, I said that on purpose.
I know.
The Love Parlor.
There's a reason for it.
But you don't come on our show and tell us what to talk about. Like this is
No,
our show.
look here, bro. It's my show now.
Peace be still.
He said this is my show, punk.
Take it over. Take it over.
No, but AV, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did you give out your social media?
I did.
She did earlier, but she can give it out.
Yeah, give it to him again.
Oh, the Cash App?
The Cash App, the where you want them to follow you guys at.
And I put it in
Okay,
the chat
so
room,
yeah,
too.
the Cash App is opportunity, the number 4, and the word growth. And the Instagram is at Op for Growth.
Op for Growth. We will
Yep,
definitely be
OPP.
sharing. We got to make sure one of these events that you have that we pull up.
Yeah, I'll get you the
We're gonna have
flyer when the flyer's done.
Yeah, we
I'll
gonna have to
definitely-
jump on the plane and hit the skies, hit the friendly skies, and pull up to one of these events.
Yep,
Just
sounds like a
for our
plan. I'll
support.
hold you to it. I'd love to get down there and come to one of your events as well. So
We would love that,
you
but
could make it happen.
that's a long drive. Cause ain't your hubby scared? Never mind.
No, I ain't
No,
scared to fly, bro.
fly. So she, got him started now. Okay.
Hey, say, have cash, we'll fly. If I ain't got
No.
the cash, I'll have to try.
Right.
Well, we'll try to make it happen though.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
Thank
I
you
love
again.
y'all.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Have
Say
a
that
lovely
again?
night.
Love you too.
I holla. I was talking to your wife.
Say that again.
I love you at AV.
Love you too.
Love you too,
Love
Uncle.
you too.
You know I love you.
Thank you guys again. Appreciate it.
All right.
Y'all
All
have
right.
a good night.
You
and
too.
Tune in next Tuesday to the Love Parlor where
See you next week. That's right. Welcome back. Yeah.
Feels good to be back.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
thank
does.
you.
All right.
All right.
Get off my phone, punk.
Yeah, that's dope.
I
That was
got
dope.
Now I'm on stage. Let's see. You
What is
see,
that on there?
I can't see. It says live, and I'm about to hit live. I thought it said live.
Oh my gosh.
There's a delay. But we're good. They're going. That was dope. That was dope. I know we are. Silly. We can't just leave like that. We gotta sign off. Silly. She said we're still live. I know.
Whatever.
She's whispering, we're still live.
Elmer.
Really? Oh, see what you did, Miss Janie? I'm gonna have a conversation with you. But nah, thank you to our guests, AV, Jeanetta, and Miss Marsha who called in.
Yeah.
Leslie says good night.
Good night, sis. Go to sleep for real.
Right.
We love you.
Right.
And we love all of you that came on tonight and stayed on the entire time. We appreciate you so much. Please make sure you share, right?
Right.
Share this live.
Share this
It was
live.
some great information on here tonight. And I believe that it will truly inspire and motivate other people.
Yeah. Light a fire up under you. Get to getting. But thank you for joining me. Welcome back.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. I have to admit that not being on for a while, I was a little nervous. Even though I went on last week, we went on last week. I was a little nervous because I hadn't been on a while, and just dealing with everything at once can put you in a place. But I'm so grateful that hey, that place didn't hold me down.
Nah, wasn't having it. Every time you got down, get up. Let's go do some music. But again, to our guests, we thank you. To everybody that commented, to the calls, thank you so much. We look forward to it, and we will holla at y'all next week right here on the Love Parlor.